Ladies and gentlemen, you join us today for a very different video. I'm sure you've already realised by reading the title, this is a Q&A from people who are a bit nosy, a bit like myself, want to know a bit more about us, not just about the food.
Everyone loves behind the scenes.
Everyone loves the behind the scenes. So what have we done? We haven't just done it in a bedroom, a box room. We've decided to bring you out in typical Is It Worth It fashion, to a bit of carnage. This is the Guinness Lakes, one of the most beautiful places in Ireland, in my opinion. We're going to walk up here a little bit. This is like, just show them out here, Cameraman John, the beauty of Ireland. If you're not from Ireland, if you've never been to Ireland watching this.
My bloody pleasure, mate.
And even if you are from Ireland, a lot of people don't know about this place, or they've never been because you need a car to get here. We chose the wrong footwear, the wrong attire. Oh my God. Right, we're gonna work out how to tackle this hill and we'll come back to you when we get up the top here. We made it folks. We're walking off the precipice, off the edge of a cliff right now. That wind is that wind's definitely hitting the mic hard at the moment. I apologise, I just want to show you like the...
Mate, it's hit the cameraman hard.
So this place is called the Guinness Lakes because the lake looks like a pint of Guinness. Doesn't take a brain surgeon to work that one out, does it?
It doesn't, but I actually didn't know that was the reason. I just thought like Guinness, a person called Guinness had land or something.
So you're going to see it here in a second. It's a lake that's brown and then there's like white sand around it. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, it is. No, it's breathtaking.
Wow. It's quite a popular place as well, so we're going to try to find a spot that there's not many people around, so it doesn't look like we're weirdos with a camera, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my good Lord, it's unbelievable.
Well.
Unbelievable. Oh, let me see, where do we stand?
Alright, so the first question here, Paul, and it's coming in, we're not going to say the names. What's your credentials as a food reviewer? Right,
we're not going to say the names on the things because we're not sure if people want their names to be said, right? So the first question is, what gives me the credentials to be a food reviewer? I've said from day one since we've started this, I'm sure this is a mental backdrop that we have here. As we're known this. I've said from day one since we started this that I have no credentials, I have no culinary background, nothing like that. I'm just a man that has a Cameraman John, a phone and an opinion. That's all we have, that's all we've tried to be. But we're not eating in the fanciest places, we're eating in takeaways, and I've got 27 years, maybe not 27 years, maybe about 23, 24 years of eating out of these takeaways once, twice a week. So I know what I'm talking about, takeaways. And credentials, over the last 2 years, we've been all over Ireland, so I sort of do know the different takeaways and what's good and what's not.
Oh, it's build up over repetition.
Yeah.
It has to be, that's what I would think. We have another question coming right out here and it says, nosy but what do you do from work? Love the reviews, always honest. That's very nice now the last little bit.
So what do I do for work? Over the last 2 years, I worked for a travel brand. You may have seen my face on that, maybe you don't if you just watch food content. But myself and the woman I worked with there managed to grow that brand from 15,000 people to over 100,000 in 9 months. I realised I have like a strong love for making content. I've been doing the food reviews for about 2 years, and on the travel thing, we were doing such a good job at it, to be perfectly honest with you, that I decided, Cameraman John came back from Australia and we decided, why not give it a shot by ourselves and try do the travel stuff by ourselves. The food stuff was meant to be on the side with the travel, but the food reviews have just started doing so well now that we're throwing our hat at both of them equally.
Yeah.
And that's sort of, so the last 5 to 6 months we've just been putting our own money into trying to get this stuff off the ground. We haven't been making any money from this, apart from a few €100 we're making on YouTube now. And there's a lot of people that want to get on board as a sponsor. So yeah, hopefully in the next few weeks, months, I know I keep hinting at that, and you probably don't even want to hear that, but this is like a Q&A, you know, behind the scenes. So anyone who is nosy and wants to hear that sort of stuff, that's the plan, to get a sponsor and to be able to go further, create better content while always being able to keep it honest and authentic.
Right, we have a question here that I think I know the answer to, so I'll let you have it. The best spice bag in the city centre.
The best spice bag in the city centre, if I'm being honest with you, if you're coming here from a different country and you're trying to get a spice bag in the city centre, because I'm sure that's what you're doing, you're not going to the outskirts, There is no fantastic spice bags in the city centre that I have tried. The best spice bags are on the outskirts of Dublin. You'll see all the ones I've mentioned on the page. But yeah, as far as city centre goes, you're not finding the best spice bags in there, and they're a bit more expensive.
Fully agree. Fully agree. What would you say is the best takeaway you've ever had?
So when it comes to the best takeaway I've ever had, it really is down to, I've given 4 tens. So I'll just mention the 4 tens I've given, all in different parts of the country. Ananda, that's a restaurant in Dundrum. That's an Indian restaurant. It was €45 for a 3-course meal. That was fantastic. You've got Flow Pizza up in Belfast. Genuinely the best pizza I've ever tasted. If you haven't had that, that would probably be my number one if I had to pick out of these 4 amazing spots. The Fish Box in Dingle, some of the best fish. Cameraman John concurs.
In the background here, yeah.
That's a restaurant as well. And Son of a Bun, if you like burgers, down in Cork, is absolutely phenomenal as well.
Very solid. I'd say nearly the same. Fair play. What's it like being posh? And is your cameraman from the north side?
I'm just going to leave this one down to Cameraman John to answer. Hopefully you can hear.
No, we're from the same area. I don't know if I have a really strong accent. I think it's quite mixed in between me and Paul. The reason why my voice sounds like I smoke 20 blends in a day is because I was a singer for 15 years. Singer and a guitar player, and basically I didn't warm up properly. I smoked quite heavily, I went out a lot, and this is the aftermath, and I sound like a 50-year-old man. Actually, funnily enough, the other day someone thought I sounded, when I met them, that I was Paul's uncle. So yeah,
I eat gravel on Friday evenings as well.
Absolutely. And I'm Rory Stories on the side as well. Right, controversial topic if you're a girl, but you're not. How old are you?
How old am I? I'm 36 years old. Nah. I'm 27. Here's an interesting one for you. I understand this isn't going to be a lot of people's cup of tea, this video. This is like a behind the scenes. If you actually are nosy, you want to know more about us. When I was it 21, 22, I got a hair transplant. So I had a terrible hairline. So when I was 22, I looked 47.
Literally.
And now that I'm 27, I look around 27 to 30. Cameraman John's also 27. Myself and Cameraman John know each other. I say Cameraman John because we're really good friends off camera. We've been mates since we're 10.
Yeah, 10, 11, yeah.
So when I'm saying Cameraman John, it's the sort of disassociate myself a little bit from him, because for me to say, here John, look at this food, it's weird because we've known each other so long. So hopefully that answers why I call him Cameraman John.
Yeah, if you like, we're talking about the Premier League or something, you know what I
mean? Yeah.
It's different. It puts it professional.
Exactly.
All right, what do you like to cook when you're at home, Paul?
So I am actually not a bad cook. I enjoy a Sunday roast. That's my number one go-to. I also love the likes of coddle. That's a Dublin thing, isn't it? A nice stew, lasagna, things like that. When we come back from a day of reviewing though, my stomach does be in knots sometimes. So all I'll have is a few pieces of toast and a cup of tea with some dairy gold butter on it.
He's doing them in, he has gastroenteritis now, I'm telling you. Alright, I suppose it's a 2-for-1 for both of us. Whereabouts in Dublin are you and Cameraman John from? And don't say the exact address.
We may have to cut this one short. It is freezing up here. He's getting it in his face. I'm looking all right, the wind blowing against my hair, but he's getting it right in his face. I'm not going to give you his exact addresses because we've actually got threats at points doing this, giving honest reviews. But we live around, I'll give you the 4 or 5 regions. We live around Terranure, Templeogue, Green Hills, Tala, that area.
Perfect, exactly. Yeah. Lovely. All right, lovely little nosy one here. This is a question I'd ask too. Do you lads have jobs outside of this, or is it just this that you're doing?
So I'll leave you to answer first.
Right. Well, I'm a registered social care worker, but I don't. I work for an agency. I don't take a lot of shifts on anymore. I'm also studying a master's in psychology currently, but no, for the most part. No, I do this full time now. I was going to say for the most part, we do it full time now.
Yeah, so a lot of people, we get in the comments that we're like college dropouts and stuff.
Yeah.
John's studying a master's. I have a degree in business, and I was for a while. I was doing some editing for one of the biggest food reviewers. You'd all absolutely know who it is at home. I can't say any names or anything like that, but I fell out of love with that because I saw sort of how the game and how this industry is run and how false a lot of people are. And to be honest with you, it's like we're constantly fighting against this because it's us trying to pull the curtain back and show people, and a lot of people don't want to see that because they love these people because they've been watching it for years. They don't want to hear what the truth is.
And
yeah.
And some people in the game don't like us pulling back the curtain either, don't
Yeah. Some people don't enjoy that either because it's Well, if everyone's in on it, well then no one at home knows. But we're not in on it. You know, we're not in it. We are just doing it honestly. So yeah.
Revealing the magician's secret to someone. People are going to think that I wrote it. People think that my ma wrote this or something. Don't listen to the comments about Cameraman John not talking. He's great, we love him. It's not a question, but I guess, thank you.
Yeah, so Cameraman John has got a lot of kickbacks when we started doing this originally. I think the main reason for us we think it is because anyone who watches food reviews is so used to a certain format and a certain way of doing it. And we're the only ones on YouTube that are changing that. So people are saying to me like, oh, we don't want to hear him. But now people are starting to grow more fond of Cameraman John than the actual presenter, which is hilarious.
Listen, the dad one-liners work for some, they don't work for others. I get it.
Absolutely.
All right, this is a very fair question, and I don't think it's a controversial one. What do you think of food reviewers getting paid a lot of money to do reviews?
Myself and Cameraman John have absolutely no problem with anyone getting paid. Like, our opinion is fair play. If someone's, because the amount of work that goes into making these videos and edits and the time to get to places, if you're making money from it, fair play. The only gripe that we would have, that we've said numerous times, it's when someone's getting paid and not telling the person at home they're getting paid, and they're telling you 10 out of 10, and it's clearly, like, you can see from the video that it's not 10 out of 10. I get so infuriated by it. That's the original reason why I started doing this, because I was like, I went to some of these places that people told me were great and they were terrible, and it's like, is this everyone doing this? You know, so that's our opinion on it. But anyone who's getting paid, fair play to them.
This is getting pretty cold here. Can you do longer form restaurant reviews? Would love to see different cuisines. Oh my god, no.
We got one or two left in us, ladies and gents. Drop us a sub, drop us a like, a comment if you want to see another one of these sort of videos, because there's loads of more questions we can answer. Have we ever thought of doing other cuisines? Absolutely. The issue we have with doing Indians and stuff like that, it's really hard to do them on the side of the road. Could we do them in the restaurants? In a lot of occasions, no, because restaurants don't want you bringing a camera into their place. They're busy restaurants. If you see, here's a little behind the scenes for you. If you see a food reviewer in a restaurant that's empty, a really popular restaurant that's empty, giving an honest review, that's not an honest review. He's in there before it's opened.
Yeah. How could it not be?
But, like, I'm saying this as if this is like groundbreaking or something. When I used to watch food reviewers doing this, I never even thought about it. Yeah. And that's not me saying it from a bitter point of view or anything like that. That's me just answering the question.
Lovely. That's all I need to say, mate. Right, so last question before I die here.
Yeah, last one, lads.
How far do you think you can take these food reviews? Meaning, not how bad, how can you be? How long can you do this, do you reckon?
When I started this, it was like I just wanted to be one of the only people online who was giving genuine, honest reviews, and people who watched my reviews, that was my goal at the start. People who watched my reviews would go to the restaurants and enjoy it, and they just trust what I was doing, and we've built a following from that. It's gone further and got more followers than I ever would have expected or anticipated. You'll remember Cameraman Cal at the start, we were only doing it one day a week back then. Now we shout out the OG. Now we do 3 or 4 days a week. So how far can it go? I don't know. We'll see how far we can get it. Anyway, like, follow, share for more. We are freezing here. Hopefully you enjoyed the backdrop, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers for watching.